All right, good morning once again. We're on to grade 10 mathematics. Today, we'll be looking at a topic called congruent triangles. It's in continuation with the series in chapter 2 of our textbook, talking about formal geometry. So what exactly do we mean when we say congruent? Congruent means for a figure to be in the same size and what? Shape. So let's go in. I don't know the textbook you're having, but this is the New General Mathematics for SS1. That's this one. I don't know the very edition you have, but on mine it is on page 32. Now, congruent triangles. Two triangles are said to be congruent if they have the same shape and size. Congruency differs from similarity. Two figures are said to be similar if they have the same angle. Angles. If the angles are the same, but the size may not be the same. A typical example of figures that are similar is like talking about the picture. An enlargement in the house. An enlargement in the house is an increment on a small picture you already have. Is that not? You can take to any size or any proportion. But in congruency, we are concerned with same size and same shape. So take note of that. Very important idea we must not forget. All right. Now, there are different iterations to this concept of congruency. There are what? Different iterations to this concept of congruency. For instance, we have what is called the side. There's what we call the right angle hypotenuse side. There's what we call side angle side, and as the case may be. But to make this very, very easy for you, what I'm going to do, like I told us earlier, I wouldn't go into the trouble of proving everything. Some of them I'll use pictorial illustrations and show you so that you understand the theorem and know when it is being used. All right, so let's go to the different types. Now, what are the types of congruency you can have? So, types of congruency. What are types of congruency you can have? One, you have the one we call side angle, side. You have the one we call side angle side. Yeah, it is. We have the one we call that's one, that's two. We have the one we call right angle hypotenuse side. I also have the one we call angle side. Angle side or angle side angle. Right, so those are the three types we would have, and it's very important that the four types rather we have, and it's important that you're able to identify them in problems. All right. Side, which is fondly called side, SSS. So how do you handle that? In diagrams, you would have two triangles. They all have to be the same size. So let me be very careful with my drawing. Remember, so this side is equal to this side. This side is equal to this side, and this side is equal to this side. Please, let's draw. The three sides are equal. This is what side means. If the three sides of one, if the sides correspond to the side of the other figure, we say that they are congruent in relation to what? Side, side, side. Number 2, we have what is called side, angle, side. This one means SAS in short. Now it's called side, angle, side because the angle in question is what is called an included angle. Please take note of this. It's an included angle. What's an included angle? An angle that comes between two sides that are known, right? So this is a typical diagram of what that will look like. I have this angle here. I have this angle here. I have this side. I have this side. So this side corresponds to this side. This side corresponds to this side. And this angle corresponds to this side. So we say that it is what? Side, angle, side. So this is another test for congruency. When you see this arrangement, it means that the figures concerned are what? Congruent. The next one is the one we call right angle, hypotenuse, side. Right angle, hypotenuse, side. Now, how does that look like? If this is 90 degrees and this side is equal to this side, that's enough test for congruency. That's enough test for what? Congruency. In such a setting too, you would have one other side in consideration. So this is what you're going to have for right angle hypotenuse side. So look at it, right angle hypotenuse side. So that takes care of that. Okay. Now the next one is question 4, or rather, so it's really written as ROHS. Now the fourth one, what's the fourth one? Is what? Angle, angle, side, or angle, side, angle. Whichever way you look at it, is the same answer you're going to get. So look at this. We need to pay close attention here because it will look like photo trick very soon. So that's for that one. Now, for question 4, this is one iteration of it. You can also have another arrangement. You know, we said this one is SAS. Sorry, ASA. ASA. So let's now see AAS. Is one and the same thing. B. You have this. You have this. Doesn't matter how you draw them. What's most important is we see your illustrations. Are you seeing that? So A and B. So this A and B are for this one. This one is essentially ASE, and this is essentially what? AAS. AAS. Now, take note of this. SSA or ASS is not a test for congruency. Please take note of that. SSA or what? ASS is not a test for congruency. So be very, very careful. These ones are not. By the time we do construction, I will show you why this does not hold true. All right, so let's copy and let me allow you settle. All right, so let's start. Exercise 2B. Question 1A. What does it say? In each of the following pair, in each part of figure 2.18, pairs of triangles have equal sides and angles shown with marks. In each case, state whether the triangles are congruent, not congruent, or not necessarily congruent. If congruent, state the condition for congruency. All right, let's look at question 2A number 1. Look at the diagram there. Now let's look at A. Look at the diagram you have. Now watch the markers. So is it congruent? Diagrams you have drawn before now. Compared with the diagrams you have drawn, this one, are these two figures congruent? They are. Why? Because we know that one of the conditions for congruency is that you have what? Angle, side, angle. These two angles correspond. These sides correspond. These angles correspond. Irrespective of how you place them. But they are identical. So we say that they are what? Congruent. They are what? Congruent. Okay? And do this. Now, to carry out this exercise, we'll need to know where we are or what we're working on. We're looking at New General Mathematics Book 1. We are on exercise 2B. Question 1. The question reads, in each part of figure 2.18, pairs of triangles have equal sides or angles shown with marks. In each case, state whether the triangles are congruent, not congruent, or not necessarily congruent. If congruent, state the condition of congruency. You can please mute your this thing. It's like it's disturbing. All right. So, question 1, they are congruent. And as such, it is what? SASA. That's what we have done here. 1A. So B. Let's look at B. Yes, they are congruent because it is what? SAS. Good. In congruency, the angle must be an included angle. Anything outside that for this combination is wrong. So if it were this or this, they will both not be congruent. Question C. Look at C. It's what? AAS. AAS. You have to be careful. Oh. AAS. And the other one is what? Now for C, for question C, look at that. Question C is congruent. Question C is what? Congruent. Look now look at C very well. Although what you are seeing in another diagram looks more like this. Huh? The fact that these two angles are equal and one other side too, in addition, is equal, suggests that it must be congruent. There's no other way. I'm also applying my knowledge of construction here. If the angles are equal, if the corresponding angles are equal, it means that the shape they are going to form will be the same. So it must be congruent. Now let's look at D. D will also be congruent because D is what? Side, side, side. What about E? Let's look at E. Let's look at the placement of the angle. D would D be congruent? Would E be congruent? You have ASS. No. Remember we said that ASS is not necessarily a condition for congruency. ASS usually will help you in dealing with similar triangles, but not with congruency. So that triangle will not be congruent. Let's look at F. F will be congruent. F will be congruent because it's going to be what? Right angle, hypotenuse, side. Let's look at G. Side, side angle, side, side angle. No. Because we have said that the angle must be an included angle. So that's why that will not be correct. Let's look at H. Angle, side, side. The same thing to angle, side, side. No, it will not work. Because we said that the angle in this iteration must be an included angle. Let's look at J. Side, angle, angle. Side, angle, angle will work. It will work. Side, angle, 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 side, which is also what? Angle, angle, side. It will work. Any of these iterations will be correct. Is that clear? So this one will be very, very correct for J. All right. Now we'll come to question 2. Now in question 2, you have to be very, very careful. Okay. Now I will be correct now. Side, angle, side. I will be correct. Side, angle, side. Okay. That takes care of that. Side, angle, side. Now let's come to number 2. Because I'm not going to take... For each part of figure 2.19, name the triangle which is congruent to triangle XYZ. There's a restriction now on XYZ. Giving the letters in the corresponding order. In each case, state the condition of congruency using the abbreviation ROHS, SSS, SAS, ASA, or what? AAS. All right. Now, remember that the reference is to try to look for which triangle is congruent to what? X, Y, Z. So let's start by drawing. There are different approaches teachers take to this, but I'll show you my own approach. X, Y, A, Z. The first thing I would advise you to do is to look at X, Y, Z. That's the first triangle you need to get out. The next thing you need to do is to do what? Get the next one. Z, A, and what? X. And according to the diagram, this side is equal to this side. I see that. Now watch again. This side is common to this and this, so this is equal to this. Because this side is common to this and to this. Now, they are not saying which of them is congruent. Now, if you look at it, this is right angle, side, side. So triangle X, Y, Z is congruent. That's how you write it. It's congruent to what? Triangle what? X, Z, X, Y, Z is what? X, A. You just get follow. The order is very important. X, A, Z. Look at that. See what I've done. X, Y, Z is congruent to X, A, Z. I see that. X, Y, Z is congruent to X, A, Z. The order is very, very important. Now, this is what question 1, 2A will look like. So in question, let me allow you to do question 2B. Do question 2B and let me see what you're going to get. It's practical. This one is something you must do. In fact, when you are submitting your assignment, make sure you draw. If you don't draw, it is 0. Because your drawing now will tell me that you know what you are doing. Now, look at this. Don't mind how the diagram looks. This is equal to this. This is equal to this. All right, they use dots. This is equal to this. This one will be equal to this. And this will be equal to this. So this is Y, this is Y, this is X, this is B, this is Z, this is Z. Now for congruency, look at it. These two sides are equal. This side is equal to this side. This angle is equal to this angle. So now let's look at it. X, triangle X, Y, Z. Look at it to triangle X, Y, Z will be equal to triangle B. Three equality, three signs here, 3 strokes, hyphens there, as you may call it. Now it will be what? Triangle what? Watch the order. X, Y, Z. It will be what? Y, B, Y, Z. Triangle B, Y, Z. Order is very important. X, Y, B, Y, Z. So that's that for that. So that's that for that question. I'm going to leave you to try your hands on exercise 2B, question 2, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J. Try it out and make sure it's ready before our class on Friday. Try it out, try it. And that's the reason why I will send this video to you on time. So watch and watch and watch and practice. Make sure you draw the diagram. That's the first thing. Look at the figure. Try to draw the diagrams. See what I've done so far. I always break them out. I draw the diagrams. You must. Because as you are doing that, it will be exciting a certain aspect of your imagination. And you need that so much to handle this topic. So this is why we're going to draw the curtain for this, and I will expect your response.